to the state, home is my area code. And if you didn't know, it goes down like this. Have mercy on my soul when it's time to go. Put every last song on my tombstone. One love to the gang, you already know. Don't shed no tears when I'm dead and gone. The fat lady ain't sung, so enjoy my song. I ain't playing with you, boy, we getting paper out here. Chasing on that money is so severe. Man, all these player hating faces, smiling and grinning, mad at me cause we out here winning. Now I ain't playing with you, boy, we getting paper out here. Chasing on that money is so severe. Man, all these player hating faces, smiling and grinning, mad at me cause I'm out.
Alright, now we on.
Yeah.
We on. What's happening, Mark?
Oh man, you know, man, I'm just chilling, man. Chilling, man. Still doing this number, you know.
Yeah, you calling in for the second time to get on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know, there's a lot of things going on out there in y'all world, man. I'm trying to figure out like what's the post, man. What is people really fighting for, man? Is they fighting the, you know what I'm saying, for the right thing or for the wrong thing? Shit, you know.
Well, as far as what you mean.
Well, I mean, man, you know, you got the immigration battle going on, man. You got, you know what I'm saying, you got these geopolitical type things that's going on in the world, man. You got tariffs, man, and you know what I'm saying, people talking about how hard it is for them to live, and, you know, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm from my vantage point, man, I'm looking at this shit, man, and I'm looking at this shit as you know, let's say I'm an immigrant, right?
Right.
You know, and I come over here, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're doing everything, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, cool. But at some point, you should know or should have known that when certain people, segments of the population, man, want you to, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, you know, if you understand America and America's history, you know what I'm saying, America turns on everybody. You know what I'm saying? It turns on everybody. And when they get mad at you, they want you gone. You know the history of the African American. You know the history of the Native American, the original people of North America. You see what they done to them. So what makes you think they're not going to do this to you?
Well,
you know,
as long as we try to live righteously and try to just walk a straight line, you know, then, you know, it is what it is out here, man. It's a 50-50 world out here, you know what it is, you know.
Yeah, I get it, but see, people don't understand, man. They got powers and switches they can use, man. You know, if, let's say if I, you know what I'm saying, I was Mexican or whatever, and I could, you know what I'm saying, make them move or something, right? Walk off the job. You know what I'm saying, make them feel some pain. You know what I'm saying? I said, because the only thing that this government understand is pain in the wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what they do. You know, the American people hate to pay high prices for things. You know, walk off the job, man. Stop working. You know what I'm saying?
What you're saying? Go independent or something?
I mean, you don't even have to do independent, man, because, you know, there's certain jobs that certain people ain't going to do, right? So who going to do the jobs? If don't nobody go, you know what I'm saying, pick whatever, if they pick it, or cut up the meat in the meat packing plants and shit, who going to do it? You know? Certain segments of the population ain't going to do it. And that certain segment of the population want these people up out of here, right? So they should have understood that from the beginning that, you know, things change where now you're no longer having it the way you have it, and it's going to make you feel comfortable where, you know, and a country has a right to do whatever it wants to do if you are a non-citizen, is what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
So people have got so comfortable of being, you know, comfortable in positions, and not only just in immigration, but I mean, black people, we done got comfortable too, you know? And it's shameful. What else? We done got so comfortable, man, we don't even know where we want to go. This is the way I'm seeing it. You know, you sit here, you keep waiting on and voting on a party, man, that don't give two damns about you. You You know what I'm saying? The other party don't give a damn about you. So, what are you really doing, right? Because I look at it like this: the Democratic Party don't fight for, you know what I'm saying, black, you know what I'm saying, what blacks are looking for, right? They done gave that up. You know, they more fight for gays, lesbians, and you know what I'm saying, the immigration battle, right? You know, everybody jumps on the black struggle, but then they separate when they get what they want. You know what I'm saying? We still left by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Which is our fault. You know what I'm saying? We got to man start doing for ourselves and being for ourselves and shit, making it ourselves and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way I see it.
Right.
You know?
But
there's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that's doing that, right?
yeah, there are.
They're
There
doing
really
that.
are.
But you know, everything is so intertwined, and you know what I'm saying, it's needed together and shit. Like it's almost like one can't do without the other, but you really can. You know.
If you put your mind to it, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We got to build that empowerment, man. And that's one thing that a black community is lacking is empowerment, man. Financially, though. You know what I'm saying? The financial empowerment, right? Because that's what's respected in this country and in the world. It's the finances. You know what I'm saying? You got the money, man. You got some power. People gonna come listen to you when you got some money, right?
Or you know what I'm saying, you got some money, or you can just do the thing how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We do it freestyle, and it's not about no money or nothing like that, whatever, you feel me? It's about the love, you know what I mean? So, you know.
And I ain't talking about I ain't talking about getting no money doing no drug dealing, man, because, you know.
I'm talking about doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can start that way, too. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a start, you know what I mean? I'm not nobody professional or nothing like that, whatever. I want to give a shout out to JT the Bigger Figure and who showed me how to edit and do these interviews like that. So it's all good. It's all one love.
Yeah, but see, people like real common people, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be this big guy. People like to talk about what's going on the streets, where they live. You know, how things are affecting them. High gas prices and, you know, high food prices or whatnot. You know, that's what people really care about. Now, you can entertain them a little bit, but when it comes down to it, you know, people want to know what's going on in their lives, man. What's around in their area. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
I think more people nowadays, they kind of stick to themselves and kind of do their own thing and kind of just stay out the way, bro. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And this is not like the 80s and the 80s and the 90s where people were sticking together and stuff there, because now it's a scary world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got these drug addicts out here on the fentanyl and the meth and all this other stuff right there, and they're just doing the most to make people uncomfortable.
But see, you gotta understand where all that come from. All that come from is people who you elect in these positions. Their mindset is a free for all as it is. They have a mindset of where, you know, people have a right to do drugs if they want to do drugs. They, you know, so they can sit down and take a shit out in front of or a store. You know, so they can panhandle in front of a store and harass people. Where you trying to go shop at a store, or you go have 50 motherfuckers go run in the store and steal shit. See, these are elected officials who think that this shit is okay. That's why, you know what I'm saying, Seattle's the way it is now. Because that's the super duper liberal thinking, this shit is okay, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers don't, let's try a different track where, you know what I'm saying, we catch these motherfuckers and we release them. You know what I'm saying? How could somebody ever pay for their misdeeds if you incarcerate them and then you release them right out the day? You know, it's a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? Men and women live by structure, right? You have to have structure in life. You know what I'm saying? For a safer community, better community, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's a mental breakdown when you start electing these officials with these wild ass ideas and shit to say, okay, well, I get arrested for stealing 20 cars. You know, I'm finna go there. You finna take my picture, take my fingerprints, and then you finna kick me out the door. Guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm finna go back and steal some more motherfucking cars.
You know, but you know what I'm saying. That's the mind of a criminal. You know what I'm saying.
No.
So that's all that is
But what
right
I'm,
there.
but yeah, but what I'm saying, that's why you see all that today is because the elected official, he don't have a problem with that these days. See, him or her mentality is like, oh, mass incarceration. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, they feel like it's slavery or some shit like that. Like, you want to punish another person a different way, but you haven't showed the community how you gonna punish these people for their bad acts. That's why you have all this, you know, this crime and this lawlessness type shit, man. I watch the news and I be like, damn, these motherfuckers doing this shit. I seen a motherfucker robbing a donut shop on the news, and this motherfucker look like he got a female bathing suit on. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this shit?
Right, that's what's going on out
Robbing a
here.
donut shop with a motherfucker, like a woman's motherfucking one-piece swimming suit on,
Right.
and he holding up a donut shop.
Right.
She got all kind of bright colors and shit. I'm
Right.
like, man, what the fuck is this?
And he probably snitching on his baby mom and shit. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm telling you, like, you know what I mean. Nowadays they got the mandatory minimum sentences for the women out here, for dudes out here that be putting a woman dressing like a woman and stuff there, and then when they get busted, stuff there, they be like, oh, that was my baby mama did it. You know what I mean? And she ended up getting motherfucking 20-some years. And he gets 5. So, you know, it's just what it is out here, you know what I mean? You know,
and see, that's a breakdown in the moral fabric.
right.
The moral fabric of the country, man. It's like the wild, wild west. That you can be all you can be, and you can do all this shit. You can be, you know, say you could be a man, you could be a woman, you can put a dog uniform on, but I don't know, man.
You guys just accept everybody, bro. You guys be able to accept everybody. That's the life we live on. Yeah.
They're like, I mean, man, what the fuck a motherfucker's gonna be stepping out to, man? You know what I'm saying? But
You gonna step into a lot because you've been locked up for a long time, fam. You feel me? So you're gonna step into a lot, but like I'm gonna tell you, like I tell my partner Kev, you know what I mean? It's easy to adapt. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do is just live life. That's all. Live life.
Hey, look, bro.
That's it.
Look, bro, real shit. I can't adapt to no silly shit, man. There's a lot of silly shit out there, man. There's
It's
a
been
lot
out
of
here.
motherfuckers up in this. But there's a lot of motherfuckers in this motherfucker right now walking around with little 13-year-old titties and shit. You know, with bras,
Right.
fake titties in them.
Yeah, they show it on YouTube, my nigga.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
hey, man,
I see
look,
it.
man, hey, this shit. You know, this shit. No, I can't rock with that.
Right,
You know what
but
I'm saying? Each his own, though. Each his own. Do what
Each
you
his own,
do.
yeah.
But there's no way I'm going to ingratiate myself with shit like that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Oh, hey, man, I
Right.
respect what you do. Whatever you do that shit from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
absolutely.
hey, you live your life the way you want to live it. But you know what I'm saying? I can't come to your party.
Right. I
Man.
mean,
I can't come to your party, man.
man, I don't think like they're trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to test your test your manhood or test your G's or none of that type of stuff in the situation, bro. Cause
No,
you know what I mean, I've been
I don't
knowing
look
you
at it
way
like
too
that.
long, bro. You're not, and from our last interview, our last podcast up there, they already know us that you don't even fly even that way. So that conversation to me is not even important. What's important to me?
I don't look at it as a man. I don't look at it as that. That's not an attack or
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like motherfucker gonna turn me gay or some shit like that.
But
'Cause
it
if you
can't.
gay, you already got it in you. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not a
But,
venue,
what
so
I'm
it's not
saying,
nothing.
I know. I
Yeah.
have a family member who had the full surgery, so you know what I'm saying. I've been around. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
You know, individuals like that, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not scared of them or no shit like that. I
Right.
just don't believe in that.
Right, I
You know what I'm
understand.
saying?
I understand what you're
And
saying.
Just because I don't believe in that, don't try to give me a moniker that okay now I hate these people or
Right.
you know what I'm saying, because I don't get what they program.
Right,
You
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And that's a lot of
understand.
that shit's going on because if
Right.
you criticize certain people out there, you know what I'm saying, they label you something like.
Right.
Let's say, for instance, if I criticize what Israel doing to the Palestinians, right? They might try to say I'm anti-Semitic and shit, right?
It can happen,
You know what I'm saying?
bro. Next you know,
This
they
is the
gonna
thing,
say
though.
you a terrorist threat or some shit. You know what I mean?
But
So we
yeah,
gotta watch. We just gotta watch out for what's going on out here. Out there. I mean, it's 2025, my dude. It's 2025. And you know what I'm saying? Everything's all about technology and everything's like about moving forward and everything's about what me sit there trying to help people sit there if I can a little bit so they can come on my platform, you know what I'm saying, and talk about their case and talk about how, you know what I'm saying, how things are about to get, you know what I'm saying, in your appeal and you know what I mean, things like that, bro. All the other stuff is cool, but we want to get to your situation. That's all I'm saying, my nigga.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
what's going on with
You
your
know,
appeal? And from last time me and you was talking,
I
right
mean, look,
there,
man.
we did a freestyle, but this time I'm gonna give you the floor so you can talk about
Oh
it.
yeah, man. Man. My pills, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? After so many years, man, you exhaust all your remedies. That's the legal term, man. That means you ain't got shit coming. You know what I'm saying? But in the between time, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting this organization called DRIP and shit, right? And it stands for Developing and Rehabilitating Incarcerated People and shit, right? DRIP.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I'm finna get everything, you know what I'm saying, set up where it's gonna be a, you know what I'm saying, LLC. I mean, not LLC, but, you know what I'm saying,
I understand.
nonprofit organization, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
shit like that and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got my niece who work for Collective Justice, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, up there in Seattle, you know what I'm saying, Nikhil, what's up, girl? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She
What's
helping,
up?
you know, she gonna help me out, and
Mm-hmm.
we gonna put this thing together. And
Right.
what we gonna do, what I'm gonna do when I touch down, you know, I'm gonna go talk to the youth, you know what I'm saying, in these juveniles, and talk to, you know what I'm saying, people that's in these prisons and county jails,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and I got this curriculum I'm putting together and shit, right? So
Right.
when you sitting in jail, instead of sitting there thinking about when the last time you hit that dope before you got arrested, you can sit down and read this packet, you know what I'm saying, to do a little homework, you know what I'm saying, that will touch on your lives and shit, you know what I'm saying, about everyday people, because, you know, some of the shit in this curriculum, you know what I'm saying, helps me because I went through it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You
Okay.
sit up
Yeah.
in jail, because, you know, when they sit up in jail, you know, they might send you to the library, right? To
Right.
read some books. Some people do, some people don't. But how many jails are providing you with an avenue where you can sit there and think about and understand, you know, why I got this addiction or why I keep doing this. You know, it might be some trauma that you might have had,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, through your family. You might have lost a loved one, or
Right.
somebody might have been, you know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
might have been molested or something like that. It gives you these avenues where you can talk about it in the group session while
Right.
you in county jail instead of sitting up in this box, right?
Right.
It's
I
gonna be a
understand.
hurdle, but it's gonna be a hurdle. But if I get enough people to stand with me and, you know what I'm saying, go talk to these sheriffs and stuff to let us in these jails and talk to these people, so that way when they go in front of this judge, you know what I'm saying, they can put that in front of the judge and say, look, I took this program. As long as we can get it accredited, where it's recognized, you know what I'm saying, hey, maybe this judge might think, okay, there's some hope for this cat. This cat took this program, volunteer, you know, nothing is forced. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can reduce some of this time off his sentence and have him take this program or a drug alcohol program or do, you know what I'm saying, do some shit
Right.
like
Right.
that,
Right.
right?
Right. Right. I understand all that.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Get
my
you ready
question to
for when
you.
you do go. Yeah.
Yeah, my question to you is that though they got recording studios in the prison that you're in right now.
Do they have what?
Recording studios, like recording studios where you can make a song and stuff like that. Like a recording
Well, I
studio.
know they used. Yeah, I know they used to, but you know what I'm saying, because of budget shit, you know what I'm saying, they took a lot of
Right.
shit out of here, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
you know, like just recently, you know what I'm saying, I took a it's called CTAP, right? And it teach you how to frame houses, build frame houses, and, you know what I'm saying, build little, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, home building. So I just took that and graduated doing that shit, right?
Right.
So it teach you little basic shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For
So
sure.
and my next step is, you know what I'm saying, try to get it, you know what I'm saying, try to fuck with this welding and shit, start trying to weld some shit, right? But, you know, we have to try to get that shit changed because, you know, it's only for people who got like 7 years or less. But, you know what I'm saying? Like for
Yeah, but they gon'
some of my homies, they got longer time, you know. They need to be doing something instead of just sitting up in the box. Cause I was one of those motherfuckers that used to just sit up in the box because I used to have a life sentence and shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? I be talking to niggas that sat there around, so the penitentiaries that got, life and everything like that, whatever. You know what I mean? They hit me up. We do our podcast and everything like that, whatever. And like I said again, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You already got a goal when you get out. You know what I'm saying? You already about to be on a mission and stuff like that, whatever. To you know what I'm saying? To be reformed. To you know what I'm saying? To make a better life. Even like what you said. Even to the youth out here, to the young people. You know what I mean? And that's a testimony right there. What you think?
Yeah. But see, the thing is, even though you learn something in here, it's just, whether you do 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, or 20 motherfucking years, right? You have to have a pathway once you get out to stay busy, right? So just like I was talking about that CTAP class, right? They give you information on, union reps that, I got phone numbers to union reps and all types of shit. And they got all kind of jobs and shit available for you to do journeyman shit. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of tools that people need when they're incarcerated, man, because, once you get out and you don't have nothing to do and you sitting on all that idle time, man, guess what creeps up into your mind? Going back to doing the same shit that got you there, right?
But why would somebody, after doing 25 fucking years, this is a question I was asking when I was working last week, and I was talking to a partner and sat there. I was like, dog, you know what I'm saying? You did 25 fucking years. Why would you, you know what I'm saying, when you got out, you feel me? Like, what was that experience? You know what I mean? He was supposed to come do the podcast, but we're going to talk about it later on.
Yeah.
And he was like, same thing. He was saying the same thing you're saying. He said, man, he joined the union and got with the, he's doing a program in prison and stuff like that, whatever. And I'm working as he's talking to me and stuff there. And I was like, my thing, though, is like, I want to go inside the prisons myself so I can touch people so people kind of, you know what I mean, see Corey Barnio fellows, you know what I mean, things like that. So
you can do that.
I'm trying to figure out how.
For you to fill out.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Well, you can do that.
But I'm trying to figure out how.
You got to go through DOC, man, to the headquarters.
Okay.
You go online. There probably should be some information on there. And like I was saying, my niece, Nikhil, right? She worked for the organization Collective Justice. They come into prisons, right?
Yeah, I just can't drive. I just need a driver, and I'll be there just like that.
So
we'll do a concert and some good food is out there. If God can make that happen, I'll be grateful with that for the rest of my life. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and see, there's some guys that I know that just got out and they came back up in here. They start a program. You know what I'm saying? They came into Stafford Creek. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So it can be done. You know what I'm saying? It just takes the people out there to care about
those that are inside.
Incarcerated in prison to come on up in here, man.
That's what I'm saying. I got a heart.
Hey, man, let us in there to see what's going on up in here.
What's up?
And see what you guys providing with our taxpayer money. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Because, let's face it, you know what I'm saying? Once you're incarcerated, man, you like forgotten people and shit out there in society, man.
Yeah, man, right.
People, you get incarcerated, man, and people like, that's where you're supposed to be. So, hey, DOC, the state got you, so, we don't need to check up on and see what's going on if you're being mistreated or if you're getting good medical care, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, right?
Right.
So, but there's people out there that do come in here, you know what I'm saying, that goes up to the legislator, man, to try to get programs and get some shit done up in there. And these are the people who, walk their time off, you know what I'm saying? They are the best people to know what's really needed in Department of Corrections and shit.
Yeah, right? Because I got my book up in there, so like there, it's going around the penitentiaries and stuff there, and things like that, and I had people and stuff there. I said that'd be cool. After I already put my book in there. My music is in there. I got a single that's in there. If those want to check it out, stuff there. You know what I mean? I put some money on JPay. You can check it out too. It's in there. But I was like, I was talking to my homegirl about this. I was like, I want to go inside the penitentiary and just talk to people sit there, but I'm glad my brother Mark called. Feel me? Because he's gonna show me the way. You know what I'm saying? To step in there so I can at least give some love. You know what I'm saying? To let know that because I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm not doing nothing illegal. I'm none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you know what I'm saying. Some people just need to need to hear what you're saying, but it be coming from my voice.
Yeah, yeah, and see, that's the thing, man. Is like, so when you do, people who have been in trouble before, man, when they clear themselves up, man, they kind of like, they want to forget about this shit, man.
Right.
They want to forget about everything where they got in trouble, man. But I say to them, saying embrace that shit. Saying you are the best teacher of somebody out there, man. I'm gonna tell you a true story, man. This the other day, right? So I'm out in the yard and shit, and I'm walking, right? So the dude fell out. He tried to commit suicide up here. Little youngster and shit, man. Little white dude and shit, right? So he approached me in the yard and he started talking to me and shit, right? So I'm talking to him about, saying, hey, man, was it spice, man? Was you want to fentanyl? What was it? She said, no, he tried to commit suicide because he's not getting along with his daughter because he did some things that affected his daughter, shit, not per se her, but her friends or whatnot. So saying I had to spend, saying we walked about a mile around this track, man. I had to sit there and tell him about shit like, man, look, first and foremost, man, you got to take responsibility for what you done, man, and let your daughter know, saying that you apologize to her and apologize to whoever else you can without getting yourself in trouble. I said, and two, I said, man, is it about you not getting what you want from her for her not coming to see you? Or is it about you trying to stand up and be there for her? I said, because, said we all hurt our kids by being incarcerated, right? I said, I've done the same thing. Said my kids get mad at me sometimes and don't speak to me and shit, but guess what? I gotta accept that because I put myself in that position, right? Everything they missed out on dad, right? So I told him, I said, just think about how much damage you would cause. I said, not only that you caused to get in here, I said, just imagine if you died. I said, just imagine what your daughter would be thinking. If she do something wrong. I said, she would live with that for the rest of her life if she does something wrong. She would blame herself. I said, so either, saying you have to stop being selfish and stop thinking about yourself because you didn't get a Happy Father's Day card, saying or a message or some shit like that, right? See, there's bullets that we have to take, man, for incarcerating ourselves for being out our family lives, our kids and our daughters and, saying grandkids' lives and shit. Saying I accept that, right? And I tell them all the time, if there's something you need to say to me, I'd rather you get it off your chest and say it instead of you packing all that shit in and then you explode one day and then you might take it off on somebody else or something, So I'm proud of all my kids, no matter what we go through or what they put me through, and they not even putting me through nothing. Let me just clarify that. They not putting me through nothing. I put them through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't see you as that. Yeah, I don't see you as that. How many kids do you have, fam?
Man, I got 8 kids.
8 kids?
I got 4 boys and 4 girls. Yeah, I got 4 boys and 4 girls.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You got a big family.
I got 15 grandkids. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Blessed, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I talk to all of them, man, and there's some I talk to more and some that, I barely get a chance to talk to, you know what I'm saying? Because they go through their little things, and I understand it. But, you know what I'm saying? They know I'll always be here when they're ready to talk. But, so this guy come the next day, right? So his daughter come visit him or whatnot, and he come pull me to the side. He said, hey, man, thank you, you know what I'm saying, for talking to me, man. Everything you said was true. And I told my daughter, you know what I'm saying, I apologize, and, I didn't do it because she
have 1 minute left.
Write me no letters or, you know what I'm saying, things like that, right?
Yeah, it said we got 1 minute left. You have to call me right back.
Yeah. Huh?
It said we got 1 minute left, so you have to call me right back.
Oh, yeah, I will.
All right, for sure. It said we got 1 minute, so, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'll call you right back, man.
Yeah, man, we chop it up.
Yeah. We're gonna keep chopping this shit, man. See what's going on, man.
Yeah, keep the game alive. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Like that.
You know what the game do, man. You pass the game on, man.
I will say thank you for calling.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for
Yeah.
calling, man. We're going to get all this out right here. It's right there. And it's going to be all one love and stuff like that, whatever. We're on a
Yeah.
podcast. You know what I'm saying? Mark Walker calling in for the penitentiary, y'all. So, for a second
Yeah.
time, and it's all one love. I'm going to give him the floor so he can take over. Like that. Coming right
Yeah.
back, Sam.
Thank you for using
Yeah.
Securus. Goodbye. Private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Yeah.
All right, we back at it.
Yeah.
We back at
We
it.
still on?
Yeah.
Still on, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah, man, shit, man, I'm about ready to be back on the other side of the state here pretty soon, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna hit this camp, you know?
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finna go hit this camp, man. I'm thinking about going to try and put out these fires, go over here and try to be one of these firefighters at one of these camps or something, man, you know?
The DNR.
Yeah, DNR.
Yeah, I did that shit too. I did that,
man. I'm gonna try and stack up a little cash and shit, man, since, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I did all that.
So once I'm gonna step up out, man, I have me a little, you know what I'm saying? Have me a little something, you know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Because you can't get out broke. You know what I mean?
No, most definitely. You know, yeah.
Yeah, because they got resources and all kinds of things, though, to help people that have been locked up for so much time sat there to get them back on their feet, too, though. It's all about that right there, you know?
Oh, yeah. I got all the information, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, I won't need that, but, you know, if I need it, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I got places I can't go, you know what I'm saying? My kids is there already offered, you know what I'm saying, me a little, you know what I'm saying, a little room or something where they live or something, you know, so, you know, I'm thankful for that, blessed for that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you just never promise anything, so, you know what I'm saying, I just wait till it happens, you know? So, you know what I'm saying, I just hope the guy up above or wherever he's at, you know what I'm saying, healthy and stuff and walk up out of here and shit, you know. So,
You gonna get out because they listen, you know what I'm saying? This was going on right here in Washington State. They're pretty much going after more of the child molesters and the rapists and things like that. You know what I'm saying? For those that already been locked up for 20 years and 15 years and 25 years like that, they're letting them out. You know what I mean? Because they're more going after the child molesters and shit like that. You know? In Washington State. Yeah, they are. And what they should be doing anyways.
This place is full of them, but
yeah,
you know,
they show it on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? For you to get like people to get you out early, man. It's about like who you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, right? You know, because look, you all gotta play politics. You know what I'm saying? It's all politics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some guys do shit that, you know, I wouldn't do, you know what I'm saying, to get out, and some dudes will do it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just the way it is, to each his own, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you get out, hey man, I'm not mad at you, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's also some guys who played the game and got out and turned around and fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it fucks up things for everybody that's trying to take that avenue and shit. But you know what I'm saying? The thing about it is that you got to find out who your legislator is, man, your representative, man, and you gotta press them on type of shit that means anything to you. It ain't got to be prison reform or nothing, man. It can be about shit in your community. It can be anything in there that dealing with you a taxpayer, man. When you pay taxes, man, you can call your representative, man, and let them know something where you know what I'm saying, you feeling some type of way about, man. Because if you don't, they just gonna do what they want to do and just thinking, okay, you cool with whatever they doing, right?
So the question is that, okay, they sentence you to life in prison, okay?
Yeah.
All right. You already did, what, 25 years already?
No, 23.
23 years already, right? So, how many appeals have you been through for the last, since you've been incarcerated for the last 23 years?
Oh man, let's see. Okay, you got your direct appeal, then you got your, you know what I'm saying, appeal after that to, you know what I'm saying, the Washington Supreme Court. Then after you go through there, you can do like a PRP, which is called a personal restraint petition. You know what I'm saying? Did one of those. Then I did like another one on like one of my old charges. You know what I'm saying? I did it myself, and I got all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they shot it. They shot it down, but you know what I'm saying? It went, you know. But I'd say about like 4, maybe 4, because they see. I never was one of those type of motherfuckers that just file shit to be filing shit. There's a lot of guys up in there that file a bunch of shit. They might hear a rumor and file some shit to the courts.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And they send their shit back like, you know, basically like, man, what the fuck you talking about, man? You ain't, what the fuck, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Get this shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? So the way you know what I'm saying? They call it frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Man, your shit is frivolous, man.
Frivolous conversation.
You know, you don't have no merit, you don't have no standing, you don't have shit.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers like that, man. They're desperate, man. And I never was that type, you know what I'm saying? Because I always research whatever I'm going to file. If I feel like, hey, man, this shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't take the time to do it, but, you know what I'm saying? I still research whatever it is and shit and do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was always in contact with certain groups that was pushing for certain shit for the legislators to change certain laws and take some certain shit off of the most violent, serious offenses and shit, which was strikes, which we call 3 strikes and shit, right? They got a lot of shit on there. A lot of people don't even know of type of shit that they strike people out for. That's not really no serious shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because both of my prior offenses, you know what I'm saying, never involved a weapon, a gun, or, you know, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like you snatching a motherfucker's wallet and you push him down, you know, they call that robbery and shit.
Right, they do,
You get life sentence, you know, so you get life sentence for that shit, right?
Yeah.
But
the 3 strikes.
Fortunately, over the times, you know what I'm saying, people thinking change and people getting in position to be in these offices, you know, representatives to be in these offices, and they so haven't changed some of these laws and stuff where they take shit off the books where you can no longer strike. So that's how I got rid of my life sentence, right? Got re-sentenced in 2021.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And now they try to, you know what I'm saying, they do a lot of shit for the juveniles. You know, now they trying to pass some shit where they can't count your juvenile points as an adult points and shit, right? So, you know, they're trying to push that shit, but you know, they do a lot for the juveniles and shit. Speaking of juveniles, they just set up a little modular trailer over here where they got some juveniles over here and shit. You know, they all in their 20s and shit. So I don't know how the hell they juveniles. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what I say. Is this thinking about, you know, some of these people in the legislature, man. They have like some weird thinking and shit, man, that don't make sense at all and shit, right? Because now these kids out there, man, they out there killing people.
Yeah,
and
man.
All they got to, you know what I'm saying, and all they got to say, hey, man, I didn't know the repercussion of my actions, and you know what I'm saying, I'm young, my brain ain't fully developed and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's some straight up bullshit. Because you know these motherfuckers every year when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? They always used to tell us, oh, the next generation gonna be smarter because they pick, you know what I'm saying? Shit like this. Now somehow they done went backwards. Like the generation now, these young kids is as dumb as fuck and don't know when you pull a gun and shoot somebody that you don't know what's gonna happen. So hey, I'm gonna take that in consideration, and I'm gonna take consideration that you used to get your ass whooped when you was bad when you was a kid. So I'm gonna take that in consideration and give you lesser time. You see?
Right, but see, you got to remember though, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying. And that time, the generation like that, whatever, from the '80s, then we get to the 1990s. All right.
Yeah.
um, West Coast independent rappers back then they're not who they are right now. E40, Mac Mall, and all that, Master P, everything, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you listen to the music, right, from back then, you know what I mean? They was talking about what's going on, like right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And and then we watch the movies, Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? New Jack City. You know, Menace to Society, right? So when they hits the young person's brain and the soul and the hearts out there, then that brings another situation. You know what I mean, to life. You know what I mean? So we gotta look at it like, you know what I'm saying. We all have control. You know what I'm saying, of our own brain and of our hearts. You know what I'm saying, of our heart. You feel me? Yeah, but if you go out here and you doing you know what I'm saying, you doing you know what I mean, you killing people and you raping bitches and things like that, then nigga, motherfuckers should be locked the fuck up, right?
Yeah. You know, so you got to, you know what I'm saying? See, and if you don't do that, then you don't have a society, right? So everybody got to be held accountable. I don't give a fuck if you got money or you don't have money. You know what I'm saying? If you help somebody, there got to be some kind of accountability, because accountability brings structure, right? Because once the public know there's a structure and they see that, okay, motherfuckers being held accountable, then that shows the other motherfucker, okay, I better not do this, or, you know, if I do this, go down this road, this is what's gonna happen, right?
What's gonna happen?
Now they trying to take the guardrails off. They trying to take the structure. They done tore down the structure, man. Now it's like, you know, it's like these people don't even give a fuck about all this fentanyl and all these deaths that's happening in this country today, man.
But that's not true, though, fam. That's not true.
But no, it's true, because
them motherfuckers getting life sentences for selling fentanyl, my nigga. For real, for real.
This is what I mean by that.
Okay.
What I mean by that is that, you know, if I walk through a apple orchard, right? A farmer say I could walk through an apple orchard and pick apples off his tree, right? Guess where I'm gonna start picking the fruit from? From the lowest motherfucking limbs and shit that I could reach, right? That's the easiest fruit I can get. Now, when it comes time for me to get this ladder and climb up these motherfucking branches and get up in through these twigs and be high up in this tree, I ain't doing that. Guess what? Because that's hard work.
But they got fentanyl drugs. But fam, they got fentanyl drugs in prison right now. You know what I mean? I mean, it's all on YouTube. Yeah, it's all on YouTube. They showing it on YouTube and right there. The police are sneaking it in and everything like that, whatever. But see, like
what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. See,
but you're not a drug user.
When they show you arrest, see, they're arresting motherfuckers from the street. Arrest the motherfucker that's bringing that shit in these cargo planes and on these boat docks where this shit's being shipped in at, right? You don't ever see that shit, right? See, this shit is way higher up, man. You know, the common people are always gonna be the one who's gonna take the brunt.
But you can't stop it, fam. Right? I mean, can't nobody stop it, because the organization of the drug gangs out there, that's like a whole nother level of it, though. You can't stop it. You know what I mean? We gotta be real. We gotta be real.
No, I know. But see, that's the type of thing. That's the type of thinking that they want people to think like that, like how you think. You know, America can stop.
That's not how I think. That's not how I think.
No, but guess what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give people selling drugs.
The fuck they want to stop coming in this motherfucking country. They can stop whatever the fuck they want to stop coming in this country. Don't underestimate the power that this country has.
But you gotta think about the money though, fam.
Exactly.
You gotta think about the money that motherfuckers are making and sit there. Like I'm telling you, like if they're talking about billions and billions of dollars in the motherfucking dope game is sit there fitting all methamphetamines and you know what I mean, everything like there. So like I said again, when you go back to the raps of the 1990s with Master P, E40 and all those guys, when they were talking about, you know what I'm saying, amphetamines, methamphetamines and everything like there all in my neighborhood and woo this and that, everything, they've been saying that shit. You know what I mean? So there's nothing that we can say or anything like that to stop it. But what we can do right now is get your story out, right? And try to get it to where, excuse me, get it to where somebody can hear your story and like, cause you're ready to come out, you know what I'm saying? And God's gonna make it to where you're gonna come out, just like there, because you already been in there for 23 years. Nigga, they're about to release the Mendez brothers. All right, that's all right now. You do.
But you see, that's what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Shit, like shit. Let's take the Menendez brother for example. Shit, right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama know these motherfuckers did this bullshit, right? Just their own motherfucking parents. Right. Now, guess what they bringing into the game? Motherfucker molested me. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my daddy, you know what I'm saying? That's what motherfuckers will do to get out of prison, man. They will desecrate their own motherfucking parents for freedom and shit, right? Right. Because, you know,
they made a movie about it and everything.
Yeah, but see, that's these motherfuckers glorifying some bullshit,
a documentary and everything.
Glorifying this shit, right? Yeah. Because guess what? They was to the movie industry. They was some nice looking young dudes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like this. You know what I'm saying? What make these motherfuckers kill their parent? Okay, well, greed would make them do it. You know what I'm saying? Them not wanting to do what they want to. You know, parents not letting them do what they want to do, have the money and shit, and raise them that way. Like, you know, some motherfuckers just throw money at their kids to get away from a problem and shit, right? Because they don't want to deal with them. You know, motherfuckers killed them, man. Plain and simple. But this how crazy that these motherfuckers is gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And you got people in prison right now to this day that ain't never killed nobody, got the same sentence as these motherfuckers and shit.
But you guys are about to get out. You guys gonna get out though. It just take a little time. It's gonna take some time to sit there. But you guys are gonna get out because in Washington State, fam, I'm telling you, in Washington State, they're more pushing towards the, you know what I mean, getting the motherfucking child molesters and the rapists just right there off the streets that have them motherfuckers locked up. Then niggas that's.
But see, they been getting them motherfuckers for you know what I'm saying, since I can remember. But see, this is the thing where people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? The pendulum of rehabilitation swings back and forth, right? So sometimes it swings all the way to the right, where they start letting motherfuckers giving bills and letting people out and doing all this. I said, then it takes one event for somebody to get killed or people get fed up with all this bullshit that's going out on the street. Then that pendulum swings all the way back. So now they're going to start locking motherfuckers up and shit again, right? The window's always open for a little bit, then that motherfucker closes, right?
But motherfuckers gotta understand though, motherfuckers can't be out here just killing motherfuckers and shit. You know what I mean? And all that type of shit and selling drugs and doing illegal shit and expect no consequences. I mean, come on, fam. Like, we gotta keep it real out of this motherfucker though. You feel me? Like again though, you know what I'm saying? You got charged with what? Murder 1, murder 2, manslaughter, what? What did you get charged with?
Yeah. I had a murder too, but you know what I'm saying? I got found guilty of manslaughter shit.
So get to that story right there, because the last time you talked about it, sat there, we freestyled it, we was chopping it up, I was excited, sat there. So get to that right there. I had an incident even popped off. And what put you in that category to be in that situation, to be like, you know what I mean, instead of just going home and like there, talk about that.
Oh, well, you know, like I said, I was in my own home. You know what I'm saying? I had a little dope message with, you know, so with the ex. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And everything, you know what I'm saying? And everything, you know what I'm saying? I started the shit, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, but, now I ain't gonna say but so, eventually, you know what I'm saying? Everything got cool, you know what I'm saying? So I get these people out my house and shit, right? I had to draw my pistol and shit, right? I made the guys, you know what I'm saying, leave. The females I wasn't worried about, you know what I'm saying. Wasn't never a threat to me. I never felt they was a threat to me or nothing like that. So they leave my house and shit, right? So I close my door and shit, right? So me and baby, we finna, close the windows and, you know what I'm saying, finna go to bed and shit. We did what we did, you know what I'm saying? We done chopped it up. Everything was all good, right? That's how crazy it is when you have a domestic dispute with your woman and shit, you out of pocket and shit, and you know what I'm saying? And just at the snap of a finger, you act like ain't shit even happened and shit, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even sit down and talk about it, you know what I'm saying? You just like, okay, like business as usual and shit.
Right.
Shit don't even, you know what I'm saying? Now I think about shit like that, I'm like, man, what the fuck was I, you know what I'm saying? Why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even, probably didn't, probably say I'm sorry, blah, 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 but, did I really mean it and shit, or is it just let the wind pass and shit and, go on to, do something else and shit or whatever. But anyway,
right.
so, my door flies open and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And we both look like, and here's this little white dude and shit, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a white man at the time, right? He bald-headed and shit. And we both kind of looked at each other. I looked at this motherfucker, right? He breathing hard and, you know what I'm saying, got his fists all clenched and shit, right? And I tell him to get the fuck out of my house, right? So, you know what I'm saying? He looking around and shit like, you know what I'm saying? I knew he was high on something. That's the first thing I seen his eyes and shit. I was like, this motherfucker high. Man, get the fuck up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? He told me don't talk to him like that, right?
Right.
I said, man, if you don't get the, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, since I don't know who he is, I'm hiding his pistol behind my back, right?
Right.
So once I told him to get the fuck out of my house, the second time he came in, you know what I'm saying, trying to get on me and shit, right? But my ex-wife and shit got in the middle and shit like, no, you know what I'm saying? But he already took a swing at me, but he missed me and punches her. She falls on the love seat, right? So me and this dude start fighting in my house, but the whole time I'm kind of controlling him with as much as I can with one arm because I still don't know who the fuck this dude is, right? I'm not really trying to flash this firearm and shit, right? So he backed me up towards the stairs and shit, right? So that's why I was like, oh shit, enough of this shit. So I snatched him and I pulled him up closer and shit, and I hit him upside the head with the butt of the gun, right? So he bags up. And I runs up and I push him outside the door so he holds on to the door frame. And his momentum, once I push him, his momentum pushes him out the door, but he hanging on. So his momentum bring him back up in my house. So he's, you know what I'm saying, I bagged up. I said, man, get up out my house, right? So he's like, he straight up. He told me, I don't give a fuck about no gun, right? So he runs up on me again, but he steps on my feet, right? My feet. I come up out my shoes and shit, so I'm kind of falling back. So I bops him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, I tried to spare him, you know what I'm saying, but I ain't gonna spare you too long, you know what I'm saying? And normally if I, you know what I'm saying, if I was really on the shit that, you know what I'm saying, that I usually be on with niggas in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would have knocked his noodle back, you know what I'm saying, the first time when, you know what I'm saying, when he came at me and hit my, you know what I'm saying, my ex-wife and shit, you know what I'm saying? I would have shot him, blew his noodles out his head and shit, but, you know, I tried to spare him and shit because I'm more worried about, man, let's get this shit done, you know, whatever, get him up out of here, everything's cool, because my thinking, I'm just like, man, it's like shit on the streets, man. Motherfuckers start shooting or something, everybody scattered, then you come back like ain't nothing happened, right?
Right.
So that was my thinking and shit, but, you know what I'm saying? So he walked out, fell out the street, you know what I'm saying, and the dudes that was in my house, they come back around the corner and shit. I guess they was trying to help him or whatever the fuck. And then police snatch up one of the brothers, take them to jail, whatever, on hold or whatever the fuck. But, you know what I'm saying, then the niggas start panicking and shit or whatever, trying to contact. Bro, you better, man, you know, da-da-da, man, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this back then, I'm thinking like, man, shut up. Then you ain't got to say nothing, man. It's happening in my house. They gonna come fuck with me, you know? But he went and told his bitch to go meet the detective, and, you know what I'm saying, the bitch gave up all the, you know what I'm saying, said some shit and then said some extra shit and all this, and then, you know, that's what happened, shit, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker had cocaine in the system, drunk as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, never seen the boy before in my life, You know what I'm saying? And you know what's funny? What's cool about this whole situation, right? I met Cardi Reggie. I don't know if I said this on the last one, but you know, his niece contacted me. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit on the secures, right? So,
Right.
you know, I'm just like, fortunately for her, that, you know, I've been taking some classes and bettering myself and thinking better and shit, right? So I'm like, let me let her blow, you know what I'm saying, blow her top and say whatever she needs to say to me and shit. So I let her do that and shit, right? So, you know, now we talk every so often and shit, right? And, you know,
Right.
she told me a story about, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers was pimping on her and, you know what I'm saying, she was crackhead and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so now we kind of talk, you know what I'm saying, she just, you know, I talked to her not too long ago, she relapsed and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But she won't help. And I, you know what I'm saying, I reached out to my niece to get her, you know what I'm saying, some help with some women groups and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that and shit, right?
Right.
You know, so, you know what I'm saying, and you know, it's funny how life, man, brings shit in your life, you know what I'm saying, when you took a life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's weird, you know what I'm saying?
It
But
is.
I could have been that motherfucker like, you know what I'm saying, bitch, I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that mother, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But you know what I'm saying, that wouldn't be productive or you know what I'm saying, no shit like that. That was somebody that was mourning, that looked me up and wanted to say something to me probably for years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I'm gonna let her say her piece. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck am I that I took somebody who she loved to, you know, not let her say her piece to me? You know what I'm saying? My chicken shit feelings gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so, but I can put that aside and let her have her moment and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Did they
you know what
offer
I'm
you a
saying?
plea bargain?
No. They ain't offer me shit, man. They treated me, man. You know, actually, I really think, man, they probably called Pasco, you know what I'm saying, and talked to them in Pasco, and the motherfuckers in Pasco told them motherfuckers, we've been trying to get this motherfucker for years. Get that motherfucker. That's what I really think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can I prove it? No, but, you know what I'm saying, despite of the situation and how everything happened,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, you would think, you know, 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers go, hey, man, take this 20 years, man, get the fuck up out of here, or we going to give you a life sentence. Guess what I would have did? I would have took that 20 years.
Right.
They got the fuck on up out of there.
Right.
Even though I still would have been like, okay, it's still fucked up, but, you know what I'm saying, I can see down the road and shit, right? So it was like winning at all costs and shit, right? And then you got to look at the dynamics of it, the race issue, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, right? Because we know as black men or black people that we're never going to run into no white man's house and get smoked. And, you know, white man or whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker is not going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what he done prior to that, he's not going to jail for that shit, for killing you. He's not. Especially when they find out you got cocaine in your system, you've been at a party, you get high and shit, you drunk as fuck, and you don't even know each other and shit, right? There's no way in the world. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things I had to tell the girl and shit, right? Because you know, you can read whatever they say, you know what I'm saying? But
it's on Google.
they're gonna only print what they want to print, right? They're not gonna print the facts of the real facts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those are just, you know what I'm saying, the prosecutor knew all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even then, that tells you that they don't value the life of black men, right? If they can sit there and say some shit like that, right? To let something like that happen, and, you know, I didn't have a right to defend myself. I'm in my own home. I wasn't out in the streets.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is that thinking that they have, you know what I'm saying? Spokane have that old way of thinking from years past, right? Hard on crime, don't give, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to others, you know what I'm saying, they find a way, right?
Right, I understand that. And my thing is that, you know what I'm saying, because, I mean, you from Pasco and so right there. So, like I said again, yeah, Spokane, like, that story's already been told for many, many years. That they got harsher crime, they got harsher punishment, you know what I mean, for crimes in Spokane. So
But see, the thing is, so, you know, what I've done, you know what I'm saying, that shit is enshrined in the Constitution of the United States of America. You have a right to defend your home, your property, you know what I'm saying, etc. You see what I'm saying?
Right, I
So
understand
it
that.
doesn't matter if you in Pasco, if you in Seattle, or if you in motherfucking Texas, or wherever the fuck, right?
Right.
You have a right to defend yourself in your own home. Yourself and others in your own home, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying, I knew this guy and I told him to come
You
in
have
my
1
house
minute
and,
left.
you know what I'm saying, started some shit with him out there on the streets. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, say
never said a word to the guy.
what man left again and stuff there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just chopping it up with you and stuff there. How you want to do it there? And what it is, shit, bro. We can, you call back if you want to and stuff there. If not, it's cool too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to catch up with you. I'm gonna have to catch up with you, man, because they done shut this day room down, man. But you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell everybody, man, what's up, man? Everybody stay up, man. Stay out of trouble, man.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. Live the right life. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? To my daughters, man.
you want to give
I
any
love
shout
them.
outs to people?
Huh?
You want to give any shout outs?
Oh, yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to my kids, man. Jay, Khadijah, Brittany, Javon, Lil Ollie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My sons, LaMark Jr., Devin, Keetwan. You know what I'm saying? And my sons over there in Utah, Cameron and shit.
Thank you for
You know what I'm
using
saying?
Securus. Goodbye.
Peoples I drop, be motherfucking real. And you niggas act hard cause you pack some steel. January 27, 1975. That is the time I came alive. So I live my life. Do you feel me, bro? I get money out here. What's my songs be kind? I ain't playing with you, boy. We getting paper out here. Kissing on that money is so severe. Man, all these parading faces, smiling and grinning, mad at me cause we out here winning. Now I ain't playing with you, boy. We getting paper out here.
Tell him Von,
Kissing
yeah,
on that
Ice
money
Mike,
is so
getting the
severe.
poppin',
Man, all these
alright.
parading faces, smiling and grinning, mad at me cause I'm out here winning.